Please be advised that this video is for the sole purpose of entertainment. Any views are purely my own, are subjective and may not necessarily be true. I do, however, do extensive research for all of my videos. All photos have been found on the public domain. I am using them under the fair use and fair dealing guidelines. I urge everybody to do their own research. Well, hello, it's Murky Meg here. Before I start, I'd just like to thank everybody for their continuing support. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. I'm trying to reach as many subscribers as possible. I'm doing amazingly well, but I just have that little bit more to go that I'd love to reach a certain milestone before too long. If you haven't already, come and find me on Twitter. I'm also on Instagram. All my details can be found in my About page that you can find on my channel tabs at the very, very top. Come find me on Twitter, come find me on Instagram. But as I say, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. It makes the world of difference. Anyway, on with today's video. It's Wednesday the 9th of September and you are going to love this one. A little bit of breaking news last night was that a virtual event request form from the Harry Walker Agency, which is the agency that Harry and Meghan have signed up for the book Public Speaking, has been leaked to the internet and lists their demands to be booked. So this is their request that they will submit to any bookers that are looking to have them speak at their events, be it in person, which right now is out of the question, but more importantly, a virtual speaker. Now, this document that has been leaked explains that they can get up to £770,000, which equates to $1 million for a speech through this Harry Walker Agency. Part of their demands that are laid out in this document is that they themselves will be able to dictate who moderates any discussion with them. In these leaked documents, it says the choice of introducer and moderator will be at the final discretion of the speaker. If you want to book Harry and Meghan, then you will be required to specify in advance the exact fee being offered and give full details of any sponsors, including what they are receiving in return for their sponsorship, before even issuing an invitation to Harry and Meghan. The document states that the fee will need to be paid directly from the contracting organisation's account. Now, as well as requesting all basic knowledge for the booking, which, to be perfectly honest, is standard practice. They also request all advanced knowledge of sponsors associated with the event, including corporations, individuals, members of the organisation and government entities and organisations. Now, this is the bit that I find quite perplexing. They stress that the details must be given of sponsors even if they are not directly involved with the speaker's presentation. The form also asks, if you were to lose one or more of the above sponsors, would your organisation still be able to move forward with this event? Now, are they worried that sponsors are going to drop out once they know that Harry and Meghan will be speaking? That's a very interesting twist indeed, isn't it? They also go into detail of whether or not there's contingency plans to stop any technical difficulty, because remember, they can't do this face to face at the moment. Because of COVID, they will not be able to stand in front of a room and spout their word salad in person. So this is all virtual. They are setting up virtual events. So all of those Zoom calls that they are touting and publicising and putting all over Twitter, even though they don't have a Twitter account, they've managed to wheedle their way around it. They will be paid. If not, they have already been paid, which is shocking. They want to know what the audience will see on the screen. Will you incorporate any branding? What will the speaker see on the screen immediately prior to and during their presentation? They want to know whether any live or pre-recorded program elements will run concurrently with the speaker's presentation, and a list the names of any additional speakers who have also been invited. They want to know the anticipated number of attendees, and they also want to know who they are. They want to know whether this event is accessible to the public or is access restricted. They have specified that they want to know, will there be a cost associated with participation, either through ticket sales or registration fees? And most importantly, they want to know, will the event be publicly advertised and where? And they request details of any past speakers who have participated. Now, please bear in mind that this is just a pre-inquiry form. If your details of your event don't match with what the Harkles want, you will be denied. If you don't cough up all of the requested things that they want to know, or they're not happy with the things that you have submitted, you won't get a look in. So their list of requests are: fees must be requested in advance. Yes, that's right, they want paying before it happens. Fees must be paid directly from organisers' account. Details of all sponsors must be listed. The event must have a connectivity contingency plan. Full audience list must be provided, and speakers' attire must be clearly specified. They want to know whether it's business or casual. I still don't know what these two are going to be talking about. Going on past Zoom calls or PR puff pieces that these two have put out in video calls, it is going to be extremely woke, political, and very, very on trend. Lots of word salad, lots of buzzwords, tapping into what's going on with society today, manipulating their way around it and trying to jump on that bandwagon. But who will really want to book them? Because £770,000, which equates to $1 million, is a lot of money for one speech. What isn't clear is if that's for one or both. Will it be double if they're both on camera? You know, these two don't really have a lot of experience. Well, Harry doesn't. He can spout a little bit about being eco-friendly and how we must all be aware of our carbon footprint. But as we have seen in the past, he doesn't do any of that himself because he's a hypocrite. And Meghan, well, she does have experience with public speaking. She has been an actress. But again, where is her knowledge? I know that she's very up and keen on speaking about feminist values, but she's no role model in my opinion. She's got where she was because she married who she did. If she didn't marry Prince Harry, she would still be a D-list actress, trying to get gigs, trying to build up her TIG blog that really wasn't going anywhere. It had a smattering of followers. It was doing okay, but it was no goop. Now, they can't really speak about the royal family, which, to be perfectly honest, is what everybody really wants to hear. If you're going to give that amount of money to two has-beens or expatriates from the royal family, you're going to want them to sing for their supper. And how will these two be introduced? Will they be Meghan Mountbatten and Harry Mountbatten, or will they be the Duke and Duchess of Sussex? And there lies the crutch, doesn't it? They cannot be trading off their titles. Now, I know that they've said they won't use their HRHs, but do you not think that by using Duke and Duchess of Sussex, if they do so, is a form of trading off their titles? Because I certainly do. And in this current climate, I find it quite tacky, to be perfectly honest. I can see them getting a few speaking jobs, but it's always going to be the same thing over and over again, just in different variations. Do you really think that they have a viable public speaking career ahead of them? Will people pay that big amount of money to see them talk on a screen? Or do you think it's pure curiosity about what they have to say and they will soon fizzle out due to lack of interest? I've got to remind you about the thing that Harry said in the South African documentary. Every single time I see a camera, every single time I hear a click, every single time I see a flash, it takes me straight back. This was the reason he touted, because he wanted a private life. This isn't a private life. Going off and producing TV programs for Netflix and staying in the wings, staying out of the spotlight, not doing red carpet events, blah, 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 that's staying out of the spotlight. Touting yourself as a public speaker isn't. They will be being hired for for their titles. There's no other way around it. They are who they are. They can't get around that fact. They are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. But right now, Britain is going through the most turbulent time that we have seen since World War II. And people are seriously asking, if not demanding, that those titles are going to be taken away. And it's getting to the point that they've got probably 5 months left on their agreement with the Queen. All eyes are on her right now, whether or not they are allowed to keep their titles. Now, we know that they're not allowed to use their HOH, but they are still allowed to use their Duke and Duchess. The Queen can take that away. It will take an Act of Parliament, but it can be done. And people are now pointing the finger and saying, we need to change this. They cannot be using their titles to make money, which is exactly what they're doing. I, for one, was quite shocked and disappointed the fact that the Queen let them keep their HRHs and their dukedoms when they left the royal family, because it was obvious that they were going to go on to move into more financial independence, that therefore lucrative deals, speaker deals, production deals, anything they could get their grubby little mitts on, they were going to do. They wouldn't be able to do that without their titles. And it's time something was done. Lots of petitions have been started. Lots of polls are going on at the moment asking the public whether or not they think they should hold on to their titles. And the majority of the people say, and I'm talking 90 to 98% of the people say that they should get rid of their titles. So it really all resides on what the Queen is going to do at that 12-month review. Do you think that they should still hold on to their titles, or do you think that because they are profiteering off them, do you think that they should be completely taken away and that there just should be Harry and Meghan Mountbatten Windsor? That in itself holds some credence and will give them some open doors, I personally think. But by using their titles, I think that it's just wrong, especially when Meghan is doing the video calls with the big bold type there that says the Duchess of Sussex. No, it shouldn't happen. I'm sorry, but that's the way I feel. Personally, I think that they will get a few gigs purely out of curiosity. People will want to know what they have got to say. And if they don't come up with something of substance that really does have something to say and make a difference, then that will peter out. One thing's for sure is they better not mention Diana again, because Harry's got form in that one, hasn't he? And he can't keep pulling at that string because it will shatter soon. It really, really will. And people will get bored of it. But ultimately, that's what people want to hear. They want to hear the juicy gossip about the royals. And they can't do that because that really will upset the apple cart. So I would love to know your thoughts on their list of demands. Do you think it's quite acceptable that this pre-request for any booking is submitted to anybody that wants to book them? Do you think that they are completely diva demands and they are trying to control who they speak to? Or do you think it's just, part and parcel of public speaking events? That's what speakers do. As always, I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.